They've done it. They've done it. They've done it. Blackmagic has dropped the new 6K Pyxis and it's about to take over the game. So I ain't gonna lie, I was not expecting much from Blackmagic this NAB. If you've seen the video I literally just dropped a week ago about Blackmagic, you will know that this new camera has addressed literally every complaint that I had about it. So let's not waste any time. I'm gonna tell you exactly why this camera is the game changer and why I'll be pre-ordering it as soon as possible. But I also got a surprise for you guys, so stick around to the end. Alright, let's talk about it. Let's talk about all the new things with this camera. First up is the sensor. Now, not necessarily new. Like the Cinema 6K, this camera has a 6K full frame open gate sensor. But what makes this one better is they didn't just give us an L mount camera. They didn't just give us an EF mount camera. They gave us both options, plus a PL option. I don't know if you've thought about it, but I bet you will have people buying multiple different mounts, multiple different versions with different mounts. Now, I know that might sound crazy, but just stick with me for a minute and I'll make it make sense. So, I've been wanting to get my hands on a full frame camera for years now. But like a lot of you, I just was not satisfied with what the Cinema 6K had to offer. Yes, it's full frame, but it dropped the ball in the other areas that make this camera the best of all its predecessors. So, the most obvious is the new shape. It's more of a box. Blackmagic users have been asking for this for years because we love Blackmagic's image, but the shape of their cameras have been this weird football style shape. Where it caused the most aggravation for me was with shooting my music videos. I love throwing my camera on a gimbal and getting some cool floating shots, moving shots, especially for performances, but even, you know, getting some cool B-roll in general. But rigging it has always been a hassle due to the shape of the camera. Even when it comes to putting it on sticks, when you start adding on a ton of accessories, that footballish shape can really make things weird. Now, the next thing that makes this camera different is the fact that it has a ton of mounting points on it, so we can rig a ton of accessories to it, customizing it in whatever way we see best for us. As you all know, over the years what we've had to do is buy a cage from either Tilta or Small Rig. So you would spend $2,500 on the camera and then another $500 caging it up so you could add accessories to it. Now there won't be an absolute need for a cage. Of course, I do still think Tilta is going to come with something, but if you don't want to spend that additional money, you don't have to. And that's why at $3,000 I will argue that we're getting everything I mentioned before and more for the same price that we've been spending these last few years. Because with the cage, you've been spending that much. Now, concerning things like dynamic range, formats, etc., everything is pretty much the same. You get 13 stops of dynamic range, Gen 5, etc., all of that. But the thing that has me hyped is the ability to sync with Blackmagic Cloud while you're on a production. So, let me explain. I only edit about 10% of my stuff these days. My younger brother is my main editor, and we have some pretty demanding turnaround times with our clients. What we're going to be able to do with this feature is while I'm on set shooting, this camera will also create a small H.264 proxy file in addition to the camera original media when recording. And this small proxy file will upload to the Blackmagic Cloud in seconds. So then my brother who's back at home will be able to be working on the project while I'm still shooting. So for all of the shooters out there who have external editors, it's about to get crazy. Now, I'm moving on. I'm not 100% sure on how I feel yet about the screen being on the side of the camera. It's just not something that I'm really used to. But I am loving the additional custom buttons on the side of this camera. I know we've had buttons on them before, but this one looks like it has a good bit more, and I've always just been super paranoid about my screen going out one day. So the additional buttons do make me a little more comfortable. Now, time to tie all this together. The reason I think people will buy more than just one of these, and hopefully I can explain this well. Everything that you are getting with this camera, with the price point, if you're crazy like me, you may want to be able to shoot certain projects on the EF, but then some of your bigger projects, you may want to use Zeiss glass, you know, more cinema glass on a PL build. And with it only being $3,000, I can see myself having two. One that's specifically built for my smaller projects that I shoot EF, and then one that's already built out for when I want to use PL mount lenses. That way I'm not going back and forth between the two on one camera, versus having one and then having some kind of adapter. I mean, it's like having two pair of Jordans that have two different color schemes. You need both of them for different fits on different days. Alright, it's not like that. I'm reaching for sure. But hey, that may just be me. This camera's sick. This camera is dope. Oh, and I haven't heard anyone mention the fact that this thing has an Ethernet and SDI connection. Bruh. Now, with all the bragging I've done about it, let's talk about what I'm displeased about. I can honestly say I'm not displeased with anything. Now, I know what you're thinking. I haven't used it yet, and you're correct. Before I can really say what I don't like about this camera, I have to at least test it out, get my hands on it. And believe me, I will very soon and let you guys know what I think. But for now, the only thing that I may complain about is it not having internal NDs. But I just don't think that's a huge deal. So with that being said, let's move on. The surprise that I wanted to let you guys know about, since you stayed with me till the end, is this upcoming Tuesday, I'm going to be giving away a really cool light. I do giveaways on this channel, and this will be my 500 subscriber giveaway. If you enjoyed this video, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, so you can be notified about the giveaway. But with all that being said, I can't wait. Deuces.